new season of spring marks a new beginning, right? And it's a great chance to reset, refresh, and restart our lives. Our first live guest will show us how in today's Monday meditation. Nicole Walters joins us live now. She's the owner of the nonprofit yoga studio, Ahava Collective in Greensboro. Nicole, happy spring. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Happy spring.
Yes, so it feels like not too long ago, Nicole, we were talking about the new year, right? 2022, let's make some intentions. So let's talk about how to be mindful of those intentions that we may have made and hold ourselves accountable as we kind of head into the second quarter of the year already.
Yes, and you're absolutely right. In the first of the year, a lot of us are really focused on, planning goals for ourselves and kind of reflecting on the year that's passed and looking to the year ahead. And life gets busy. So by the time March rolls around, we may have kind of lost sight of that. So spring is just such a beautiful time to look at new beginnings again and to revisit some of those goals. And I love the idea of holding ourselves accountable, but what I really strive to teach and to practice myself is being a little more compassionate with myself. If maybe I hadn't been, if I haven't gotten to where I think I'm supposed to be by spring,
That's a great point. And you don't want to beat yourself up about, maybe like you said, intention, or maybe some people made resolutions, and then you don't want to get discouraged because this is a time of, reset and positivity moving forward.
Yes, exactly. And so one thing that I like to think about during spring, and we all kind of talk about it here in the studio a lot, is this idea of new growth and new beginnings. So instead of looking at it as what I haven't done, kind of thinking about it in terms of, how one thing this quote that I really love a lot is that nature is never in a hurry, but everything always gets done. So seasons in the world exist, but seasons in our life exist too. So a lot of times, some of the things we may have been facing that may have prevented us from reaching a particular goal or something that we thought we should have could really just all be part of the transformation that we're under, just like seeds and dirt are necessary, and the pressure of the ground is necessary for new growth. It's also necessary for us as humans for new growth as well.
Did you say nature is never in a hurry?
Yeah, nature is never in a hurry, but everything always gets done.
I like that. Nicole, do you have activities that maybe people can do this spring season to practice mindfulness and to kind of keep it always in the back of our minds?
Absolutely. So this time of year, a lot of people are doing like spring cleaning, which can be a very mindful activity, kind of cleaning out, organizing, getting rid of some things like tangible things around your house. Hiking is always my favorite go-to. I plan a big hiking trip every year around this time. And gardening is just such a beautiful way to kind of embody the sense of, feeling like buried and under pressure, but then understanding that that's necessary for growth and just watching all the blooms around us. It's really refreshing, and it's a great time of year to really focus on optimism of what's to come and kind of shed any, doubt or discouragement for what hasn't necessarily happened yet, but really enjoying what's going on right now.
Nicole, if maybe someone faced a challenge in January or February, or they weren't necessarily excited to start this new year, maybe with the pandemic looming, do you have advice on how to move forward too, like you're mentioning about embracing all that spring has to offer?
Yeah, absolutely. I think journaling is always a really great tool to use because it helps give you something to reference back. So especially journaling on gratitude and new growth. So looking for small things in each day that can create more optimism. And it's really shifting our perspective, and it keeps our perspective healthy when we're able to focus on that there are kind of negative things that happen, but there are a lot of positive things that happen too. So being able to actually write them down and revisit them can really help boost a more healthy perspective.
Great information, Nicole. As always, thank you for joining us. We will see you next Monday. And folks at home, you can learn more about all the classes at Ahava Collective. Just visit the website on your screen now or visit the collective for yourself. It's on South Meadow Hall Street in Greensboro.